Dr. Akram. We took a quick break, and today, guys, if you're joining now, we are discussing about lockdown, its effects, and if we can find some solutions. And our special guests, Dr. Professor Zekeriya Akhtar from Turkey and Dr. Britta Zangen from Germany on our line, and we are discussing quite interesting things all about lockdown, obesity, and overweight, and if there are any solutions. So be tuned. And let's jump into a question we have raised. Someone raised through, one of our viewers raised through the Facebook, and that was, is that true that Bengali or Indian people have small heart, that's why the male population have more heart attack? Professor Zekeriya, can you answer this question quickly?
Yeah, of course, Dr. Akram. And you actually know it better as a specialist of anesthesiology that anatomically there is a rule that the heart of each person is around his fist.
So heart of each person is around their fist.
So if you are a big man, you have a big fist, and that means you have also a big heart. If you are Bengali or Chinese or Turk, of course the size of the heart will change as well. But the reason there is no information known to me that there is a man get a heart attack because they are Bengali or. Genetically, men are more prone to heart attack. But
genetically, they are more prone to heart attack. Okay.
Yeah, but also they are having, they are also exposed to the risks more than women. At least in the past, it was. For example, smoking is important.
Smoking, yes.
Yeah, for heart attack, and men used to smoke more than women. But today, I'm afraid this one.
And diet as well, isn't it? Especially the oily food.
Yeah, men in general, they eat more fatty food and.
Okay. Let's go before we go into the next question. What we're going to say, the heart is proportional to their body. Is that right?
Of course.
So nobody has a smaller heart, nobody has a bigger heart. So it's proportional. It pumps enough blood to where it's supposed to go. Is that right? Okay, let's jump into our program questions again. This is going to Dr. Britta Zangen. Let's talk a bit about lockdown and its mental effects. How do we handle emotions and frustrations? How can we keep ourselves busy in the household?
Well, that's exactly the point. Keep yourself busy in whichever way. I think frustrations come from a loss of purpose, loss of something to do. But if you busy yourself with the things, and again, as I was saying with sports, choose the kind of movement that you enjoy. It's the same thing with keeping your mind busy. Choose the things that you enjoy doing. Don't just because somebody says you should be doing this, that, or the other. No, see what is yours.
Keep your mind busy. Do what you like. Okay, go ahead, please.
Yeah. If it is if it's reading, if it's watching a film, if it's like for me, it's learning foreign languages. But
foreign languages, yes.
Yeah. Find out what is yours, what you enjoy doing. And maybe this is the chance at the moment in which most of us have more time on our hands than usually. Maybe this is the moment for you to find out what have you always wanted to do. Maybe you've always wanted to become a photographer or to paint, or I don't know, whatever it is.
So you're trying to say use the bad outcome into a good outcome. So you have time to think and discover what you really like to do.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, please. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's no end of possibilities, of course. So yes, that's what I would suggest. Take a break, think about it. The same with movement. Think about it. What is it you enjoy doing with your mind, doing for your heart, and doing with your body, and you'll be fine.
Excellent, excellent. This question again, a Facebook question a Facebook question coming through. This is going to be for Professor Zekeriya. This is during fasting period for Muslim people. They have small ailments, and they take regular medicines like maybe let's say hypertension, which is controlled, or diabetes, which is controlled. And is how is it for them to fast? It's very difficult. I know, understand. It's very difficult. It's a personal question.
Yeah.
So
this
without
is a crucial point to discuss, and I think that's not possible to explain, give detailed explanation just within a few minutes here. The people who have some diseases are using regular medications, and they want also to fast, do fasting. They should discuss this first of all with their physician.
They should discuss with their physicians, the GPs.
They should take a true advice from the physician, and maybe the physician will tell them that it's not good for them to do fasting. They should not fast. But many people, they can adjust their medications, taking it near to the morning time, and also during the fast break in the evening, and that works. But for example, especially for diabetics and the hypertensives, for whom the medications are very important, life-saving, they should be more careful. And
generally, it's okay to fast. Is that right? Generally, it's okay to fast, but take your GP's advice before.
For many diseases, most diseases, let's say, it's possible to do fasting and take the medications, but you need to do adjustments.
Okay, let's
in the timing.
Thank you very much. Let's see if we could go into our next question. How can we divert our mind? Will exercise help in any way? But we are locked down. I think Professor Zekeriya has a special experience where he's going to talk about how can we do exercise in a room.
I would like to show you this short movie I have taken while I was walking inside the room. You mentioned it correctly. Unfortunately, I have a bad experience. I was arrested for some time, actually 14 months, and when I was a wealthy and healthy and a little bit overweight person, the usual people in the street, and they put me in the prison, and I stayed I knew that I will stay for a long time, probably.
So you were put in the prison where I heard that it was not your fault, isn't it?
They accused me, during the recent years, we had experiencing tough days in Turkey. They arrested hundreds of thousands of people because allegedly being a member of an organization. But now I am acquitted from that, by the way. But when I was there, the first day I realized that, okay, here we are in a room which is actually for 6 people, and we are 14, and there is not much place to move. But there is even small. There is some place, and the room I could walk in the prison was 10 steps long. I could walk 10 steps, and then I have to turn back and walk to the other direction 10 steps.
How much did you walk in your time in the prison, 14 months?
The first day I decided I don't want to get out here as a sick man because of not doing exercise and eating the fatty and high-calorie food they are serving us. So I decided to eat less. I almost did not eat any bread, and I walked each day at least 2 hours. In total, I calculated it is more than 5,000 kilometers.
So you walked 5,000 kilometers inside a room in a prison cell. Is that right?
In a small room, which is 25 square meters. So if I walked in this room, and I entered the prison 76 kilograms, and I came out 56 kilograms. So I lost 20 kilos.
So you went into prison with 76 kilograms, and you came out with 56 kilograms.
Yes.
and you walked 5,000 miles inside a cell in the prison. Is that right?
If I could do it in the prison, you can do it at home, I assure you.
So we can do it at home. I saw your video. I think in that video, unfortunately, we can't share the screen for some reason, but you were reading a book and you were just walking around in your room. Is that right?
I'm doing it here. When I need to read, I want to relax from the computer because I'm doing computer work right now.
So while you are reading a book and you're walking around and reading, you burn more calories. Is that right?
Exactly.
So that's the point there.
And when you sleep, you burn 1 calorie per minute, let's say. But when you when you stand up, you start to, because your muscles, they have to be tight to keep you up. So just while standing, you start to moving calories, burning calories. And when you walk, even with small paces, you will burn extra calories.
So it is not very difficult to do exercises, activities. You can even do it inside your home. You can walk around and burn calories. Is that right?
Exactly. Additionally, I am doing sit-ups and push-ups, but this is for the keeping the muscles tight. But walking is the easiest way. I think everybody can do.
And everybody can do. Okay, let's jump into our next question. When everything goes beyond our plans, when we don't have control over our lives, how can we control our stress, emotions? This is basically, it's again in the lockdown. It's people don't have control of their day-to-day activities. They can't go to school. They can't go to work. They are bound inside the house. And is there any way they can improve their mentality or brain? Are there any way? Is there anything, Dr. Britta, you would like to suggest?
Language.
Yeah, first I would suggest try to get your mind off the idea that this is a disaster. There are much worse disasters than not being able to leave the house. If that's all the problems you've got, well, congratulations. Okay, we are safe, we have a roof over our heads, we have medical care, we have enough to eat, we have a television and an internet and books at home. So let's face it, it's not a disaster. We just have to adjust to it. It would be unfair to people who do live disasters in many parts of the world to imagine that we are living a disaster. Okay, so this said first, I think, and now, so calm down and just calmly think of what is the chance I can take from this. As I said before, this is the chance to do things that you've always wanted to do. And these days with modern media, like I Skype about every second or third day, I Skype with so-called tandem partners. You find them on the internet. The idea of a tandem partner is that you get together with somebody who wants to learn your mother tongue and you want to learn his or her mother tongue.
Again, so, you call it tandem partner. The two people they speak two different languages.
Yeah.
And you meet up and go ahead, please. And how do you proceed with that?
Well, you simply, fix, I would very much suggest that you fix the rules, so to say. Otherwise, I have my problems whether it'll work. So say, like with my French tandem partner who works full, all of them are many, many years younger than I, for whichever reason, all my partners. So he still works full day. For him, 90 minutes once a week is enough. Fine with me. It could be 60 minutes a week. It could be twice a week.
So 90 minutes once a week, and
it's fine.
You talk different language. Is that right?
And then half of the time we talk only one of the languages, and the other half of the time we talk the other. Don't mix. It's not a good idea to mix them.
So you meet with a person who speaks a different language, and you set up a time. Half the time you speak your language, and with that person, and the next half you speak the other person's language. We got 7 minutes left, guys, and there is a quick question for Professor Zekeriya Akhtar. Can we discuss about a diet plan which every person can follow quickly? I want to do this in 1 or 2 minutes quickly.
Yeah, let me try to squeeze it into 2 minutes, but I'm afraid it will not be possible. As we discussed throughout the program, there are 2 things we have to do. Do physical activity, exercise, and abstain from eating too much. But there is no other rule, no miracles here. But how we will stick to this, apply to this, I could suggest to scorecard. Use pipes if you can listen to me and repeat maybe with your own words, Dr. Akram, the audience could understand and apply it to their lives, sustained and lifelong, keeping healthy. One is before you start eating, prepare a serving plate and look.
So before you start eating, prepare your plate and put enough food. What you're going to plan to eat?
Yes.
One.
Plan it and adhere to the plan. Once you prepare
to the plan?
your serving plate, yes.
And no second time serving, guys.
No, only one plate, and
only
you
one
see
plate.
it and you decide that I'm going to eat, and you eat it, that's finished. Then the second point is beware of the calories. There are food which has very few calories.
You have to know
for example,
the amount of calorie you are eating. So beware of the calorie.
Yeah,
how much does a normal person need? How many calories does a normal person need?
For example, as I said, I need currently around 1,700
so 1,700
a
roughly a person.
If I eat one cucumber, it is 7 calories only.
So one cucumber is 7 calories.
If I eat a cake, it is 250 calories. So imagine how many cucumbers I can eat instead of eating a cake. So we should know the approximate calories of the food. The third point is eating slow and chewing.
Eating slow and chewing,
No rush. Take small bites, and chew them. We have 32 teeth, you know. I advise my patients to chew it 32 times.
So how many times do you have to chew the food before you swallow it? 30 times.
30 times. Minimum 30.
Okay.
Count it and get used to it. By this way, the signal from the stomach will travel to the brain and tell your brain that there is glucose in the blood and no need to eat anymore. You will have the satiety, the feeling of satiety.
So let me explain that point to the viewers. What he says is when you chew, when you take enough time and you chew the food, the stomach has enough time to send the message to your brain thinking that this guy is eating and he will be, that food will be enough.
The fourth point is, as you mentioned right in the beginning of the program, you said about the Prophet's life. He was not eating much, only twice a day, they say. So also today, the doctors are advising you should have a gap between your meals, at least 5 hours. At least 5 hours, don't eat anything, even no snacks, no sugar, no candies, nothing.
So in between meals, 5 hour gap, and you don't eat any food.
During these 5 hours, you can only drink water, nothing else. Keep away from the food for 5 hours, and then when it's time for the meal, again plan and eat. And the fifth point is, of course, doing physical activity, which means at least 10,000 steps a day, or it is approximately equal to 1.5 hour walking.
10,000 steps a day or 1.5 hour walking.
You can use I have here in my arm step counting bracelets, which is easily counting your steps. So then that will motivate you to adhere to the 10,000 steps.
Professor Zekeriya, so shall we repeat? Shall we repeat all 5 steps?
5 out of 5.
Shall we repeat them again?
Again, of course. See what you eat, plan it. Know the calories.
Know the calories.
Select the product. Eat slow and chew.
Eat slow and chew.
Yeah, stay away from food at least 5 hours.
Stay away from food in between meals, 5 hours, and do activities.
Physical 10,000. If you do you are a 5-star eater. Have a 5-star nutrition score.
That's amazing.
I can guarantee.
Thank you very much. I'm going to give 1 minute to Dr. Britta. Do you want to add anything to this talk, this last bit of the talk?
I would just want to stress again, emphasize again, whatever you do, don't forget it should be you should be enjoying what you do. You know, all kinds of rules. Of course, Professor Zekeriya is totally right, only it sounds like stress, not like fun. And life should be enjoyable, otherwise it won't work. So joyful, yeah. So find a way of finding enjoyment in it. And one way of putting enjoyment into it is look into the mirror. Don't underestimate how important it is that you like yourself. You want to like what you see in the mirror. And most obese people don't like what they see in the mirror.
So keep looking at your mirror.
Yeah, so keep looking at yourself and look at the progress you're making, and enjoy that one day you'll look as slim and lovely as you used to.
Thank you very much. That's a great point you said. Look at your mirror and admire yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, thank you guys. It was really nice talking to you. I wish I had more time and we would have talked more about it. Professor Zekeriya, Dr. Britta Zangen, it was a real pleasure having you here, and thank you very much for you all being with us in this show, and we have talked especially about the lockdown and a little bit about obesity and overweight and the possible solutions. Please watch this video again. It went really fast, but hopefully you could take a few messages home. The 5 things from Professor Zekeriya and 1 point from Dr. Zangen. That's just be happy. And I want to see you guys happy. See you next time in the same program, Iron's Health Talk with Dr. Akram. Thank you.